Hi, we are Life Cycle. We are a carbon fiber bike company, and we wanted to share with you our annual report for our performance throughout the simulation from this past semester.
I'm Riley. I'll be walking you through our business plan. During the fourth quarter, we had developed a plan, excuse me, for a venture capitalist to give us 2.5 million. And in that plan, we had included some things and excluded some things as well. Mainly, we had talked about opening our first store in Amsterdam. This was something we were able to achieve in quarter four, and we were even able to use some of the revenue from that to open a location in Rio de Janeiro during the sixth quarter. We had also mentioned increasing some employee packages, offering raises, vacation time, medical, and luckily for us, that was really beneficial because we were able to boost morale as well as productivity. And then a really big thing that we wanted to focus on was increasing our advertising spending and placement. This was also super beneficial for us, as well as we were able to increase our sustainable efforts. We now operate a green room production facility. We utilize air filtering plants, and we also separate employees from the harsh chemicals from production using respirators and gloves. There was, however, one really big thing that we were unable to achieve. We had talked about a priority shift among the bike types. During the business's conception, we had originally decided to focus on rec bikes over mountain bikes and speed bikes because they had the larger target market. We saw more potential there. However, we saw more profits and more potential through our mountain bikes, more specifically our first one, the Trailblazer. So originally we had thought we were going to shift to mountain bikes. We were going to put less spending on recreation bikes, but and we had even introduced the Monster mountain bike to satisfy this increasing demand. But we were never able to update our goals or our strategy to fully satisfy that. We kind of hopped back and forth a lot. And as you'll see a little bit later, this ended up resulting in some negative profits.
So I'm Danny, and I'm going to go over the financial results for quarter four through quarter six. So going into quarter four, we had the most we made in revenue in a single quarter was $545,830. So for the revenues after that, which are 4, 5, and 6, quarter four we made $1,128,430. Quarter five, we made $1,223,000. Quarter six, we made $1,365,800. So our revenue was continuing increasing in each quarter, but that just wasn't enough to make us profitable. So this is just going to continue with the financial results. So going into quarter four, we had a total net income of negative $154,618. And the net income for each quarter after that is quarter four negative $606,947, in quarter five negative $200,505, and in quarter six we finished with negative $1,057,037.
I'm ILIRIANA, and then we're going to go over the critical decisions and outcomes. So in quarter four, we allocated funds for social media and market research as planned. However, unexpected costs due to opening a new store in Amsterdam made us exceed our budget by a lot. Despite unexpected expenses, we managed not to take out any loans, maintaining our financial stability. And then moving into quarter five, we continued with our planned system improvements and incurred various media and operational expenses, including personnel expansion. And it's important to note that while we face challenges in the store in Amsterdam, we remain committed to our strategic investments and operational improvements. Quarter six, we saw further strategic decisions play out, including price reduction for some of our bikes, like the Roadrunner, and that was aimed to boost our sales. We continued to invest in marketing and sale channels with putting money into the media, social media, and store operations. Additionally, we expanded our personnel to enhance customer service and support, and that basically was to reflect our commitment to customer satisfaction and employee satisfaction. And in summary, despite facing unexpected challenges and exceeding some budgeted amounts, our strategic decisions and investments positioned us well for further growth and success. And now we know how to better navigate that in the future.
So we started as a company more dedicated to crafting top-notch bikes in all of our bikes. And our original goal was to conquer the market of road bikes. Being in New York City, we wanted something that would keep up with demands for speed and agility. But it turns out, after our first few quarters, they weren't selling as much as our trail bikes were. And so we saw this golden opportunity to pivot. So, what we did was we decided to switch gears quite literally and focus on trail and mountain bikes instead. In the midst of this transformation, as we have said in the past in this presentation, we introduced the Monster mountain bike, which is an absolute beast of a ride. It's got extreme durability, high grip mountain tires, precision braking, and a very rugged design for really tough terrains. Once this bike debuted, Life Cycle actually had the first quarter, well, I mean, not first quarter, but the results from that was our first quarter where we hit over 1 million in sales. And we hadn't even really ramped up our advertising efforts to that yet. But upon diving into Q5 sales data, we realized that, while the Monster mountain bike had propelled our revenue, it didn't quite match up to our other bikes just because of that missing advertising component. So what we did is we started really focusing on our advertising. We invested $6,000 towards our Monster mountain bike. We also decided to put that in on our Trailblazer as well, with that, being our original inspiration for, designing the Monster mountain bike. And then we did have some money left over in the budget. So we also put that in towards our Cozy Cruiser as well, just as a, hey, we didn't forget about, those who are just kind of wanting to use their bikes for leisure. And, one thing that really helped us with that, and the results for our advertising would probably be our timing, because we saw, rise in sales after we increased the mediums and the budget on our advertising. So we definitely got some more visibility that way, and that really contributed to our success in quarters 4 through 6. And then these are, this is a visual that I prepared for those results. And you can see that increased demand throughout the quarters, the blue being Q4, the green being Q5, and the pink being Q6 for each of our bikes, and just how much it increases, based on increasing our advertising budget.
I'm Olivia, and I'll be going over the strategy for Q7 and beyond. For Q7, we have some exciting changes that will improve our market performance and brand quality. Monster Mountain's product performance evaluation was showing a shortfall in market standards, which led to a change in priority to mountain bikes. This allowed us to focus more on brand marketing and price adjustments to help improve sales. In another effort to help Mountain Monster's performance, we have decided to decrease the price from $1,100 to $900. Another category that we plan to improve next quarter is ad placements. Lifecycle is currently enrolled in 38 ad placements. We want to be enrolled in 45 ad placements so that we can advertise our bikes on as many media platforms as possible. In Q7, we will also be focusing on doing more employee surveys, which will focus more on boosting employee engagement, morale, and measure the progress of the company. In previous quarters, we invested more money into newsletters and blogs instead of social networking. Next quarter, we are going to invest 11,000 in social networking and 4,000 in newsletters and blogs. With this change, we expect to see more brand awareness throughout the market. Also, some of our ads were considered untruthful in the past quarters, so we're going to edit and improve our ads in quarter 7 so that we can be truthful with our customers. The brand profitability analysis showed that Roadrunner generated the most revenue out of all bikes in quarter 6, with a profit of $366,679. Given the success of our speed bike, we have decided to introduce another speed bike in quarter 7 to take advantage of our market demand. We will also be investing in some R&D investments like wet and dry carbon ceramic disc brakes and high-intensity LED light kits. With these new investments, we can improve the quality of our bikes and ensure our customers more safety while riding.
So it's Danny again, and I'm gonna go over the lessons learned. So our company life cycle went on a journey that, we learned and we developed. So we had a few things that went well for us, and that was our advertising and our 5 brands with different yet similar features to appeal to a wider audience. Even though we did well in these areas, we wish we could have done better in a few different ones. The first thing we wish we did was spend more money in the beginning of the simulation. We feel like if we spent more money at the start, then we would have been generating more sales, which would have allowed us to allocate that revenue to areas like sustainability improvements and employee benefit packages. Not only that, we would have put more money into our production, which would have limited the amount of stockouts we experienced, which costs us potential revenue. Another thing we thought we could have done better was focus on one store at a time. We began in New York City, and then as soon as we got into quarter 2, we opened our second store in Bangalore. So instead of just opening up that second store right away like we did, we wish we could have but just ensured New York City, like our store in New York City was running well and was just making money, so we would have had a nice base. So this is our appendix, and that's our balance sheet. That is our income statement. And then this is our cash flow statement. Thank you.